Today is the day Corey and Rachel spend the afternoon with their uncle. They've been waiting a long time for today because Uncle Orville is going to take them to work with him. He's the railroad conductor, and this will be the first time the kids have been for a ride on a big train. "Let's board the train and find your seats," Orville said. "I have 2 seats for you next to the window so you can see everything. I'll have to take tickets and check on baggage, but I'll be back soon. You 2 stay here and watch out the window." Just as he left, the whistle blew and the train moved forward, down the track and out of town. Up a grade and around the lake, where all the kids go swimming, and then into a tunnel. This was exciting. They were in a dark tunnel with only a small amount of light from the other end. Being on their own, alone in a dark tunnel with a bunch of strangers was scary, until the train came out the other side, and then they felt silly for being scared. Moving quickly down the track and around the rail yard, they could see across town and up at the mountain as another train passed them headed for some faraway place. Uncle Orville returned and said, "We'll be going through the engine yard soon. That's where the men fix and maintain steam engines. They also take on water and coal they need to heat the water. By heating the water in the big boiler, it expands and turns into steam. The pressure from the steam makes the wheels turn." They were now headed out in the country, going by farms and big open spaces that turned into rocks and mountains. The kids loved the rocking motion of the train, the sounds of the puffing engine, and the excitement of seeing new things all the time. Through another tunnel, high up in the mountain, they were starting to realize how far from home they had traveled, and how really big the world must be. Also, how the higher you go, the colder it gets, and how they'd wish they had brought their jackets. Down the hill and in the woods came the graveyard, a place they had heard spooky stories about, strange voices and spirits that walk the earth at night. "It doesn't look that bad to me," said Corey. Then Rachel said, "It's not dark yet." "What keeps the train from going too fast down the mountain, Uncle Orville?" Corey asked. "Well, that's a good question," he said. "We put sand on the track just in front of the wheels, so when the engineer puts on the brakes, the wheels won't slip. It also works going uphill or in bad weather and ice." This is Indian country, kids. Keep a watch for the Pueblo, and you can see where the Indians have lived for hundreds of years. They could hear the singing and the drums from the canyon walls, and thought of all the people that had lived in these places and what they were like. This railroad adventure had been a great time, and they wanted to do it again soon. "Well, you're welcome with me any time you want to ride," Uncle Orville said. as they entered the valley which would lead them back home. "There's no better job in the world than to work on the Willoughby Valley Railroad," Corey said, "and that's what I'm going to do when I grow up."